So this is basically chalk powder. Now in this chalk powder, the base coat of this, my kitchen wall is yellow in color. So I want to go for contrast blue color. So I am using this teal blue here. Coral red and teal blue we are having, or pink and blue we can go, or coral red and teal blue. So we'll go for coral red and teal blue. Either we will keep this base and top design we'll do with this, or we'll keep this one base and the top design we'll do for any of this, and contrast we'll do. So if we keep this base, on top of that, even with white, black, all will look nice. But if this is the base, on top of that black only will look like this, will slightly, it will look dull. So it's up to you, whatever contrast, do it in contrast. Okay. So let me go for the blue base. So what you have to do, take little chalk paint. So take little color, okay, and in that you put little Fevicol, like 1 teaspoon, equal quantity, you go for equal quantity. So here it is. So we'll just go for equal quantity, same quantity of Fevicol and same quantity of this. Slightly put water, little bit water, very little, not much, and then put little bit of this powder. And mix nicely. Mix nicely so that all the products are incorporated. You can put 1 teaspoon Fevicol, 1 teaspoon Fevicol, 1 teaspoon color, and 1 teaspoon chalk powder. Okay, all in same quantity. So the chalk powder is very good for covering your wooden grains. Here anyhow the board is very smooth, but when you are working, putting this chalk paste, homemade chalk powder or chalk paint, homemade chalk paint on your board, it works very good for your hardboards and cardboards. And we'll paint it. So slightly more you can give, slightly more thicker you prepare. The chalk paint is very thick, what we get in the market. So put little more, if you want it more thick, so that in one coat it comes. So put little more chalk powder here. See, now it is very thick, thicker than the previous coat. So start coating it. So more thick, usually the market brought chalk paint is more thicker one. So you can slightly put more Fevicol and more Fevicol and more chalk powder, and prepare a thick paste, and then add little bit color and prepare your chalk paint. I added water because I want to make it little bit smooth, because my Fevicol was very thick. It was not in flowing consistency. That's why I put little water. You people, no need of adding water if your Fevicol is in flowing consistency. So my Fevicol was little dried up, so that's why I put little water. Water is not required in chalk paint. You have to just put Fevicol plus chalk powder and the paint. See how thick it is coming, creamy and nice thick now. So we have to coat it nicely. So uniformly, just coat it nicely, uniform direction, so that the brush strokes are not visible. You get a nice thick paste you apply, and try to create nice okay. So basically apply the paste very thick, and then after applying, let it dry a little. so that the final coating you can do with okay. Now just the edges also color it. In the meantime, let the top side get dry up. We'll color the edges also. So let's color the edges also in the meantime, and then by the time your base chalkboard is dried up, one final brush strokes we can give and smoothen up the area. Okay, now so the base chalkboard has dried up. Now slightly pull the color, and so that no brush strokes are visible and you get a smooth finishing. If any color is there left here and there, just pull them up and try to get a smooth finishing and leave this for drying. Okay. So basically, can you see the finishing here? So this way you should have a smooth finishing. Gently pull your brush slightly gently, so that extra colors, if it is there anywhere, it get merged and you get a smooth finishing. Okay. So done. So leave this for drying. Actually, the chalk paints cover the wooden grains very nicely. That is the purpose of using chalk paint. It covers the wooden grains very nicely. So we'll keep this for drying. Now, the next work what we need to do is, we will do little bit of, I'll show you the clay work, and that clay I'm going to fix it up here. Okay. So basically the rose and the leaf I'll make. So as we told that you need mold it, and you need the colors, the Fevicryl Hobby Ideas colors, acrylic colors, and the metallic colors also. This we have done here metallic, so we'll get the metallic box also, because we need the metallic color for the name board. So you need this plus this, and then of course your whatever you have, Fevicol or fabric glue, and the metallic colors. So let's get the metallic color. So the metallic color, what we are going to do in the name board, it can be either gold or copper or bronze, whichever color you want. So any of these three metallic will be using it, or we can use mix and use. So gold, copper and bronze. So any of these three metallic colors will be using, and that's all. We did this board with teal blue, and on top of this we are going to use this coral red. I'm going to do designing with coral red. So we'll mix the clay and we'll show you the flower and the leaf and the border. So here it is. So done. So we will mix with little, as I told you, take little corn flour, okay, and mix the clay. So mix the clay nicely till you get a single color, and then after that we can make the project. The foam molded, basically it is 2-part resin and hardener. Both you have to take in equal quantity and you have to mix it properly till you get a single color, and after the single color is done, you can work with it. Okay, these roses are very simple. So this is known as a circular roses. Take a small Thank you for joining. See, still a lot of people, they have requested us to start the program at 4 o'clock. Not and still they have not joined. So this is circular roses. You have to make a round chapati like this. Go on making. Okay. 1 minute. So either make a round chapati or make a strip. The strip also works nicely. So make a strip like this. The strip roses and the chapati roses, two types of roses I am showing you. This is the strip roses. Make strip like this and slowly rotate. And while rotating, you have to rotate like this. So once again I'll show you. So basically, roll the clay and then press and make the strips like this. And then what you do, put little, start rolling it from the center, from one side, and go on rolling. Keep them on top in the same level, and then when you come to the edge, you just twist and fold it, and then slightly try to open the things. So here it is. So this way you are supposed to make the roses. Let's mix the clay nicely. I think it is not mixed properly, so that's why it is a cracking bit. So mix it nicely so that you get a smooth finishing, no cracks, nothing. So that is one, and the other one is your round chapati roses. So whichever way you find it comfortable, you make. Take the clay like this, press it like this, and just make a round chapati, uniform. Fold it semicircle, exactly semicircle, and gently roll. After rolling, open the petals like this. See, look here. Okay. So either of these roses you can do. So I'm going to make the roses here. So I'm going to, the same rose what I have done there, I'm going to place the roses here, the rose here and the leaves here, and the strips, we will put the strips here, the two strips. So the strips I'll show you. So for the strips, what you have to do, we have made the strips here. Can you see the strips here? These strips are basically, you have to roll the clay nicely. Just roll the clay. Okay. Roll the clay nicely. Nice uniform cylindrical roll you make, and then hold it in the center and then twist it like this. So this is your twisted strips ready. So this we can place it here. I'm going to place little glue. Use fabric glue or Fevicol MR, whichever you have at home, and place little glue here. See here, I'm placing little glue and I'm placing this here. Okay. So this is how the strips here is made. All over the strips what I have made around the border in this board, you have to make like this. First the strips, then place the roses and the leaves. Okay. So please make the strips like this around the border if you want to make a nameplate like this. So, or nameplate, a signboard, whatever you want to make. Twist and place the strips all around the border first. So here it is, the strip is done. So let me cut it with a cutter. I need a cutter or a knife, something pointed to cut. Yeah, still stick will go. Yeah. So here we cut and then press it both the side. So this is the strips. So one more round of strips if you want, we can put this side, and then we'll make the flowers here. Okay. So let's make one more round of strips and place it. Same way, roll the thing uniform. You should roll. It should not be thick. Roll it uniformly. Hold it in the center and slightly one side only you start twisting. And again, always remember to place the glue and then place your this Fevicol strips. Okay. So we placed it here, and with a knife or a thing, anything, you can cut it out. Okay. So this strips is done now. So let's we'll make the roses here. Yeah, might be the roses can be done here. No, it will look like a bow, but we have to keep this whole intact so that or we can place the roses down. Where should we place the roses down? Up you want or down? Below this ribbon. So this is the ribbon. It looks like a ribbon. So where you want the roses, up or down? If we place up means this hole will, there is one hole here, it will get covered. So we'll place it down. Okay. Let's try. So we'll show you the leaves also. So for the leaves, take a ball, do it like this, press it like this, and then with a knife or something pointed, you have to, so here it is. So any blade or any cutter, you press in the center, and then you cut and make leaves, veins, both the side. So we'll just show you after making it. So here it is. And suppose if you want it from the other side, both from this side little curvy, so you have to push the clay inside so that you get the curvy thing like this. See, can you see the leaves here? I made the leaves. So like this, 2 leaves or 3 leaves, 4 leaves, whatever you want, you make the leaves ready. And then we can place the 2 leaves I'll make and 2 leaves and 1 rose I'll make. So 1 big rose I'll make. So another leaf I'm making. Same way, cut, press it here. So I have made the leaves like that. And then take, first cut the vein in the center with any blunt knife or any knife or even thermocol cutter you can do. Okay. So just cut them in the center like this. And the veins here, and then push them little inside. Usually the rose leaves, when you see it will be like this only. So you can push it little inside. Okay, and of course create here. So this is how the leaves are done. So both the leaves you will be doing it like this now. So basically we can place however you want to place, you can place the leaves. So it is now up to you, however you want you can place. So might be, let's check it out. Yeah. So we can place it like this. Yeah. So I will place it like this. And then I'll place the rose in the center. First let me place the rose and then I'll place the leaves. Okay. So for the rose, as I told you, I'll make the round chapati rose. So let me make the round chapati rose. That is easy and you can make. So it looks nice also. Make it semicircle and then slowly, gently from the down you rotate it and then slowly open the petals. So it looks nice, very natural. Slowly open the petals. Can you see? So this is how it is done. So let's place them. Here it is. So I place them like this. My roses here, and then the leaves here coming here. From there to here, just to place it little bit standing. Okay. So ऐसे, और सेम इस साइड से भी आप बना सकते हो इसको, सेम इस साइड से भी आप इसको लगा सकते हो. ओके. सो बोथ द साइड इट इज डन नाउ. So this is the strips here. So what you can do, you can bring the strips together, slightly keep gaps between the strips. Okay. So this is the way I have arranged. You can have a look. So I put 2 strips here and the rose in the center and the leaves here like this, overlapping on the board. So just for this we have done it. Okay. Now this all this area we will do work now. So since this board is here, the coloring will be done afterwards. So we let it dry. Now in the meantime we'll show you the coloring for this board. Same way you have to put 4 roses here. I have put 3 roses here and 2 leaves here, 3 leaves here, 1 leaf here, 1 leaf here, 1 leaf in the center. Same way opposite direction, same this side. 3 small roses, and these are strip roses. 3 small strip roses, 1 leaf this side, 1 leaf this side, and 1 leaf in the center. For the top I have put 1 rose and 2 leaves, and this side also 1 rose and 2 leaves. So in this way you have to complete your whole clay work. And now with the 3D outliner you have to write your whatever name you want to write, you have to write. And now I'll do the coloring and show you. Okay, so this is basically dry brush strokes. So in the dry brush stroke you have to use a very So basically in the dry brush stroke we use very less color. Yeah. So basically I'm going to for this bronze color here. Take the color and nicely extra color you have to take it out. No water in the color, and only from the top area you have to just on the top surface you have to do coloring. Don't put lot of colors. The color should not go inside the cuts. While twisting you have this inside one depth, no, so that depth the color should not go. So this way you have to finish the coloring only top area. Okay. So only on the top surface, don't mix water in your color, just take the top surface and paint it out. So if you want one more coat, you can see gently after the first coat dries up, you can give one more coat for brightness. Suppose if you want little brightness, okay. Done. So top area we have done. Same way, slightly if you want it a little more darker, on top you have to give so that it comes out bright. Okay, done. Now next we can go for some contrast color, might be this copper for the leaves or the gold for the leaves if you want, or you can mix 2 color and keep, that's up to you. So first let us put this copper color, and then we'll put for the thing. So let's put gently here, only in the top area, the color. Okay. So I'm just putting, still the black color is not dried, so I'm just putting the top color. Okay. If the black color is not dried, don't do, let it completely dry and then only color it. So very gently I am putting the color so that the black color doesn't get mixed with the pink color, this color. Same way you have to do. Okay. So the flowers and the leaves are to be, you can do any color. Suppose you want green for the leaves, you can go for green, but I want only this copper color, so I am doing this copper there. This is dark copper and this is bronze. This bronze I am doing. Okay. Now since you have already written this with the 3D outliner, so what you have to do, you can take little with color. Suppose you want to put some color on this, take very thick color and take very little color in your hand like this, and try to gently put. Suppose if some color goes in the background, that you have to rectify with your brush. Gently on the top area of the writing you put with your finger. Don't put with brush. With your finger you will be able to control it. So on the 3D outliner, try to put a thick 3D outliner. After writing your thing in whatever name you are writing, try to put a thick 3D outliner, and on the 3D outliner with your finger, just on the top area, you start putting the color. Suppose the color comes to the base, you have to take 000 brush and put black color. Okay, see how I am coloring it. So this is how we usually work. After putting the black color, take a pencil and with the pencil write whatever you want, and on top of that with the 3D outliner you color it. Okay, and then just take your finger on, see that the color what you are using, it should be very dry, or keep the color for some time, open the bottle so it will dry up and then you put. Okay, so done. Now what we will do, we will so basically if the height of your writing is more, there will be less chances of the color going to the board. So keep the writing very, keep your 3D outliner thick, so that when the 3D outliner dries up, you can coat it with black color, and then whichever color you want, you can put. Okay, can you see? So just with hand neatly we have done. Now in the background some place colors has come. So take a 3000 brush and take black color and rectify it. Suppose while working with your finger, some place if the black color has come, and you can take your brush here, color, and gently put the color where we are thinking the black, the golden color, the copper color has come on the board. So gently you can put it like this. Okay, see, after putting it, I show you a closer view. You can see the all the mistakes what you have done while putting the color on the surface. You can easily rectify it with 000 brush. So no need of getting tense. Okay. So by this technique you can write anything whatever you want. Write with pencil first, and then use 3D outliner, and with the 3D outliner, this is the 3D outliner. So any color of 3D outliner, you outline and write the name whatever you want to write on the board, and then you can just paint it with your tip of your finger on the just put the paint only on the outliner, and other places you can just 1 minute, I'll just show you. I have rectified some places the color has come. I have totally rectified it, and now I'll show you. You can have a closer look. So your outline has totally highlighted. Can you see? So this your outline is highlighted, and the background somewhere, suppose the color has come with 3000 brush, you do the camouflage and cover it. Okay, so this is how the clay nameplate mural you are supposed to do. Now we'll come to the clay work we have showed you, and now here we are going to do the stencil painting work. I'm going to make a kitchen for my kitchen, so I'll do some stencil painting. I have this stencil here. This house runs on love and coffee. So take some color and see that the color is a little bit dried up. You can go for white color also. So let's mix some. If the color is little, you want little thick color, so take the color, mix little chalk paint in that, and try to make a thick color like a gesso, and work with your stencil. Work with your spawn. Work on your stencil. So what I am going to do, I am going to mix little chalk powder in this color so that the color becomes little thick, so that there will be less chances of it sweeping inside the. So mix little with chalk powder in your color and then work with your sponge on the stencil, because sometimes the stencils are very thin, so there's a chances of color sweeping and going inside. Now, so here we are. So I'm going to write with white. So I took this color here, and hold your stencil very tight and just gently tap it. So one type tapping will be enough. Gently tap it. Don't shake your stencil while tapping. Okay. So whenever you work with stencil, try to mix little with chalk powder in your paint and then work. Okay. So slowly. So neatly and slowly you have to do your work without shaking your board. So here it is. Okay, done. So nicely you tap it nicely so that your writings comes very bright and it doesn't get smudged. So here it is. So we will remove. So can you see? This house runs on coffee. So I'll post the thing nicely, and this side I have some mandala stencil. So I'm going to put some mandala design in these gaps. So let's see how we'll do. Yeah, it will go inside a little bit. Yeah, so that it looks nice. So might be because gaps are there, so we can cover the gaps here. Now 1 minute. So slightly we can cover the gap. Wow, done. So so almost this is done. We will paint this. Might be red color will go, or any color whatever we want we can go, or might be the same blue color we can go. So if we want to keep in the monochromatic color scheme, we can do the same blue color. Okay. Okay. So let's go now. So, or if you don't want to change the color theme, the same this color we can put. So and then slightly we'll put the base color, and then with white we will do little with coloring, because I don't want to put too many color. I want to make it very sober and sober and elegant. So I'm not putting any other color. So I'll just put first the base coat here, whatever is here, and then I can take little bit of white shading on this, so that the color changes little bit this. Okay. So here it is. Now let's take little white here. Slightly white we'll take, and the white we will do the shading here on top. So slightly shading with white. 1 minute. Here it is. Slightly white color we'll take. We need white color So slightly with white we will do little bit shading here and there. Okay, and here it is. It's all up to you how you want. I don't want to put too many colors. So basically we have it is written here, this house runs on love and coffee. So I'm going to place a clear picture so that you'll all have an idea. So slightly we can put little contrast here. Let me see. Yeah, done. Okay, so here it is. This is how your kitchen name board looks like. I hope all of you like it. So we'll have any questions. If you have, we'll take, and we'll explain you. If you have any doubt and any clarification, Pratibha, Mahesh, Gauri. Okay, thank you all of you for joining. The last day for submission for all your articles of this group, it is this Saturday. So by this Saturday, all of you should submit all your articles. One article in nameplate and one article in Peacock wall clock and one article in basically Hamsa artwork. So Saturday, all of you should, by Saturday, all of you should place your creations. Already a lot of people have posted their creation in the WhatsApp group. So thank you all of you for posting your creations, and we expect some more. So rest all of you, those who have joined this session and you will come due to some reason you are not able to come during the time the videos are conducted, the live sessions are conducted. We will not delete the video as requested by all of you. Please come watch and submit your creations in the WhatsApp group. So thank you all of you for joining. So this is the third and the last day of the Hamsa key of this utility mega utility workshop. First day we did first day of the mega utility workshop. We had Peacock wall clock, and the second day we had Hamsa Hamsa painting, and the third day we are having this nameplate mural. So this is the nameplate mural. The nameplate mural which we have done, and this is the signboard, kitchen signboard. So all of you can make whichever model you want, any model you make, either